That's it. It's over. Bedlam here at the
Garden. The New York Knicks just won the NBA championship for the first time in 53 years. 53 years. The last time the Knicks won a title, Richard Nixon was president. A gallon of gas cost less than 50 cents, and the first Star Wars movie was still 4 years away from existing. And now, after all of that, Jalen Brunson walked into Madison Square Garden, left $113 million on the table, led this franchise to a title, won Finals MVP, and made an entire city cry. So why are we here asking if he ruined the Knicks? Because championships are dangerous, and what Brunson just built might be the most beautiful trap in NBA history. Let's start with the facts, because this story is almost too good to be true. When Jalen Brunson came to New York in 2022, people laughed. This was the guy who played second fiddle to Luka Doncic in Dallas, a team that didn't even bother to offer him a competitive deal. He signed a 4-year, $104 million contract, and the consensus was that the Knicks had overpaid for a supporting player. 2 years later, after proving every single doubter wrong and becoming an All-NBA talent and the face of the franchise, Brunson did something almost no superstar in NBA history would do. He signed a 4-year extension worth $156.5 million, when he could have waited 1 year and signed a 5-year maximum deal worth $269 million. That's not a typo. He left $113 million on the table, voluntarily. Why? So the Knicks could stay flexible under the NBA's new luxury tax aprons. Brunson's sacrifice is what allowed New York to trade for Mikal Bridges. It's what kept them below the dreaded second apron, which allowed them to pull off a massive training camp deal and bring in Karl-Anthony Towns. You know, the All-NBA center who ended up being a critical piece of their championship run. The math is simple. No Brunson pay cut, no cat, no banner. And after the Knicks beat the San Antonio Spurs 94-90 in Game 5 of the NBA Finals, Brunson was asked if it was all worth it. His answer? Even if we didn't achieve this, I feel like being able to go on that journey to try and achieve it would have been worth it. But this is definitely the cherry on top. This man is built different. So here's where it gets complicated. Jalen Brunson just set a standard. And in New York, standards are permanent. This city, these fans, just watched their team win a title with a superstar who voluntarily took less money, an all-star center who moved home to New York, 2 elite wings in OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, and a bunch of gritty guys who bought in all the way. They watched selfless basketball work. They watched the system beat the Supermax. And now, they're going to expect that every single year, forever. That's the trap. Because here's what nobody is talking about in the parade confetti. The Knicks have only 8 players under contract heading into next season. They're projected to be just $3.5 million below the first luxury tax apron and $16.5 million below the more restrictive second apron. One wrong move, one player demanding market value, and the whole carefully balanced machine starts to crack. And there are real questions brewing right now about several key pieces. Karl-Anthony Towns, the guy who made this championship possible, has a player option for 2027-28. His max extension is reportedly worth 4 years and $260 million. The Knicks and Towns couldn't agree to terms on an extension before October 2026. That conversation is happening again right now. Okay, Cat is from New York. He loves it there. But if the finances don't work, or if there's friction with the coaching staff, which there reportedly has been, what happens? Deuce McBride is extension eligible and currently on one of the best bargain contracts in the league at $3.9 million. He's going to get paid. The question is whether or not it's in New York. Then we take a look at Josh Hart, the ultimate Knick, the energy, the effort, the culture. His contract expires in 2028. Another decision point coming fast. And here's the kicker. Brunson himself has a player option in 2028-29. He's underpaid relative to his value. Reports are already circulating that Knicks fans would want him to opt out so that he can get his money back via a new max deal. But that's another negotiation, another potential pressure point. The Knicks built a championship by getting everyone to sacrifice. Holding that together for year 2, year 3, year 4, that's a completely different challenge. Here's the part of the story that actually keeps Knicks fans up at night, even while they're celebrating. The last time the Knicks won a title was 1973. And between then and 2026, here's what happened at Madison Square Garden. Patrick Ewing never won a ring. Latrell Sprewell choked his coach and still made the finals, which somehow felt on brand. Isaiah Thomas, as a GM, traded for Eddie Curry. They gave Amari Stoudemire $100 million. Carmelo Anthony was supposed to be the guy. Then Kristaps Porzingis was the guy until he wasn't. And let's not even begin to mention Linsanity. 53 years of almost. 53 years of heartbreak dressed up as hope. And now there's a banner in Madison Square Garden. The most demanding fan base in professional sports has finally tasted it. That's not relief. That's a new expectation. Knicks fans didn't survive 53 years of mediocrity just to be okay with the first round exit in 2027. They're not going back. They refuse to go back. And the pressure that creates on this front office, on this roster, and on Jalen Brunson specifically is unlike anything any other market produces. Brunson is now being mentioned alongside Walt Frazier and Patrick Ewing as one of the greatest Knicks of all time. His own father said after the championship that Frazier and Ewing still belong above Jalen on that mountain, which honestly is a very dad thing to say about your finals MVP son. But the point stands. The bar just got raised to the rafters, literally. The question isn't whether Brunson saved the Knicks. He clearly did. The question is whether anyone, any collection of players and contracts and front office decisions can sustain what he started. Here's the honest answer. Maybe. The core five, Brunson, Towns, Bridges, Anunoby, and Josh Hart, are all under contract next season. On paper, the band is back together. And that matters. Continuity matters in the NBA. This group just won a championship together. They know how to play with each other. Mike Brown, in his first season as head coach for this team, just won a ring. That's not nothing. But sustaining this is going to require things that don't come easy. Towns needs to feel valued and get paid accordingly. OG Anunoby is owed $44 million a year on average over the next 4 years. He's an expensive piece. And if his production doesn't match that price tag, teams will start calling. Mikal Bridges, under contract, but the league has watched him become a two-way force. His value is rising. And every role player on the roster who had a below-market deal is now a champion with leverage. The NBA is not kind to champions who try to run it back under cap pressure. We've seen it time and time again. The Golden State Warriors dynasty eventually hit the wall. The Miami Heat Big Three splintered. The Cavaliers couldn't hold it together. Even the great Celtics teams of the Bill Russell era eventually aged out. Knicks have a window. It's real. It's open right now. But windows close. And in New York, when the window closes, the fan base doesn't wait patiently. They demand someone be held accountable. So, did Jalen Brunson ruin the Knicks? No, he saved them. He gave them something they hadn't felt in over half a century. He proved that a city starved for a winner could get one, and that it could be done with class, sacrifice, and a 6'1" guard who plays like he's 6'7". Nah, I'm playing. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Before Brunson, Knicks fans were used to losing. They were professionals at it. They had developed a kind of dark poetry about it. They had 53 years of practice at managing disappointment. Now, that's gone. Forever. Jalen Brunson didn't just win a championship. he raised the floor of what Knicks fans will accept. And that floor is now, at minimum, contention. Every single year. Can this roster stay together? Can the front office navigate the contracts? Can Towns buy in long term? Can this window stay open? We don't know yet. But what we know for sure is that after 53 years of waiting, the Knicks faithful are done being patient. And somehow, in giving this city everything it wanted, Jalen Brunson may have made life harder for everyone who comes after him. That's not a legacy. That's a burden. And it's the most New York story ever told. Do me a favor. Drop a comment. Let me know how you're feeling. Do you think the Knicks can run it back? Or does this championship window close faster than anyone wants to admit? Subscribe if you're new. Make sure to subscribe if you're not new but have neglected to do so. And make sure you're not being a hater and like the video. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Talk to y'all next time.